Hey everyone! Welcome back to Story Hive. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's jump into today's story. My girlfriend of 3 years just revealed that she started dating me out of pity. We were supposed to be getting married soon. I 20 I have had a mega crush on my girlfriend 30 ever since our school days. We were in the same school, although she was one class ahead of me. My crush was such that everyone in my school knew about it. If I was anywhere near her, people would give a mischievous smile to both of us. If we were sitting near each other, my friends would tease me mercilessly. In short, it was impossible for her not to know about it, but I never had the courage to ask her out. After school, we moved to different parts of the world for our education, and we weren't even Facebook friends. Around 3.5 years ago, I was attending a friend's birthday celebration when I saw her again. It was her, and she had become even more gorgeous and mesmerizing. The friend whose birthday I was attending was a mutual friend from our school and, of course, knew about my crush. There were 2 or 3 more mutual friends there who also knew and kept encouraging me to go and talk to her. So I finally went up to her with my heart in my mouth and had a small talk with her. She, of course, recognized me from school, and we had a nice talk. We then exchanged numbers and social media handles. With great trepidation, I did some light detective work to find out if she was single or not. To my great relief, I didn't find the presence of any guys in her feed, so my hopes went up a little. I reached out to her to hang out, fully expecting her to turn me down, but she accepted, to my great surprise. We hung out, and I found out that we had a lot in common. We decided on the next meetup. Eventually, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. She is everything I expected and more, and she is also extremely happy with our relationship. We have been discussing marriage too. Anyway, last weekend, we hosted her best friend and her husband for dinner at our house. Her best friend is someone I had known during our school days and is a good friend too. After dinner, we were shooting the breeze, and except for me, everyone was pretty drunk as they were staying the night at our place. While we were talking, her drunk best friend suddenly turned to my girlfriend and said, "Look how happy you are today. I feel a sense of pride after looking at you too." I smiled and said, "Well, thank you." Then she continued talking to my girlfriend and said her husband by now realized the awkwardness and led her away to sleep. I could see on my girlfriend's face that she was visibly stressed. So we went to bed too, and when she came to bed after changing clothes, she was already in tears. She took my hand in hers and said, "Please don't mind her words." I asked her if it was true, and she admitted it was. She knew I always had a massive crush on her, so when I asked her out, she didn't want to be mean by turning me down harshly. She discussed the situation with her best friend, who was also her roommate at the time. Her best friend knew me, so she tried to convince her to give me a chance. My girlfriend was not convinced. Finally, her best friend asked her to go on 2 or 3 dates with me and then let me down easy. My girlfriend agreed, but then found out we really clicked together and wanted to continue dating. And, well, here we are 3 years later. I hugged her and said it's okay, don't worry about it too much, as it's water under the bridge. But, as you can tell, it's obviously bothering me, and I think she has started to catch on too, as she has been extra attentive and loving to me since the incident. So Reddit, on one hand, I am the guy who is literally going to be engaged and eventually married to my crush. And it's even better because a relationship is just how I imagined it to be, only 10 times better. On the other hand, it does sting a little to know that she only agreed to go out with me because she felt pity. Please knock some sense into me before I self-sabotage this wonderful relationship. Update 1. I guess I should tell you what happened after I made the post. In the morning, her best friend apologized for her insensitive comments the night before. She said she got too drunk and just wanted to take credit for setting us up and playing matchmaker, but being drunk, she blurted out some unnecessary things. I said of course she didn't have to apologize, as I have to thank her for me and my girlfriend going on that first date. After she left, I went to my girlfriend and shared my feelings. I asked her why she was hesitant to go out with me. She then took my hands in hers and told me that it just felt awkward to her. She had known for years that I had a crush on her, and on top of that, I was younger than her. Her friends from back home sometimes used to tease her by taking my name, and almost all of our mutual friends knew about my crush on her. So when I asked her out, she felt awkward because I was more into her than she was into me. She had put me on a pedestal and was certain that reality was never going to meet my fantasy. Also, she thought I was a weirdo. She admitted it, but after her best friend vouched for me, she decided to go out with me and then let me down easy after 2 or 3 dates. When I asked what changed after the first date, she said, "Well, you didn't give off any weird vibes. Yes, you were very happy and nervous, but I didn't get any creepy vibes from you. You were just a guy with a crush with whom I had insane chemistry, even on the first date. And now, 3 years later, I think I have a bigger crush on you than you ever had on me." After having this conversation, we went out to have dinner at the same restaurant where we had our first date and even tried to order the same dishes. But alas, they had discontinued one of the dishes, so we decided to order something entirely new, which we both had never had. That was the update. We will be going ring shopping in the first week of December. Thank you for reminding me how lucky I am. Update 2. After the emotional revelation from my girlfriend's best friend, things felt a bit unsettled. The night had been awkward, but the next morning her best friend reached out with an apology. She explained that she had gotten too drunk and, in her inebriated state, had blurted out things she didn't mean. Her intention had been to take credit for setting us up and playing matchmaker, but she admitted that she'd let her alcohol-fueled bravado get the better of her. I reassured her that there was no need for an apology. In fact, I was grateful for her role in bringing us together. Later that day, I sat down with my girlfriend to talk things over. I wanted to understand why she had initially been so hesitant to date me. She took my hands and shared her feelings. She had always known about my crush, and the fact that I was younger than her made her feel uneasy. Her friends had teased her about me, and she was aware that many people knew of my feelings. When I asked her out, she felt awkward because my interest seemed more intense than her own feelings toward me. She had put me on a pedestal, and she worried that reality wouldn't live up to my expectations. Additionally, she admitted to initially thinking I was a bit of a weirdo. However, after her best friend vouched for me, she agreed to go on a few dates, planning to let me down gently afterward. But as we spent time together, she discovered that we had an incredible connection. The chemistry between us was undeniable, and she found herself wanting to continue the relationship. Now, 3 years later, she admitted that her feelings for me had grown stronger than she ever imagined. To celebrate our journey, we went back to the restaurant where we had our first date. We tried to order the same dishes we had enjoyed back then, but unfortunately one of them had been discontinued. We decided to try something new instead, and it turned out to be a delightful experience. As things settled, we began planning our future more seriously. We decided to go ring shopping in early December. Reflecting on everything, I felt incredibly lucky. Despite the rocky start, our relationship had blossomed into something far beyond my initial fantasies. Update 3. A few weeks after the awkward encounter with my girlfriend's best friend, things began to settle down, and a sense of normalcy returned. The initial shock of her best friend's drunken comments had faded, replaced by a renewed focus on our relationship. We continued to talk openly about our feelings, and the conversations helped us both understand each other better. One evening, as we were relaxing at home, my girlfriend brought up our upcoming plans. She seemed more thoughtful than usual, and it became clear that she was genuinely excited about our future together. We spent the night discussing our dreams, the wedding, and even little details like how we would decorate our future home. It was comforting to see her enthusiasm and commitment, which reassured me that the love and connection we shared were real and strong. A few days later, we went to visit a friend's art exhibit that was opening downtown. The event was a lively affair, filled with people and creative energy. As we walked through the gallery, we talked about art, shared our opinions on the pieces, and enjoyed each other's company. It was one of those moments where everything felt right, natural, and effortless. We both agreed that our bond had only grown stronger, and we felt more connected than ever. With the holidays approaching, we started making plans for the festive season. We decided to host a small gathering at our place, inviting close friends and family to celebrate together. It was a chance for us to share our joy and excitement about the future with those who mattered most to us. We spent weekends preparing our home, picking out decorations, and planning the menu for the party. It was a labor of love, and every detail was a reflection of our journey together. As December rolled in, we finally went ring shopping. The experience was both exhilarating and emotional. We visited several jewelers, trying on different styles and discussing what felt right for us. It was a moment of pure joy and anticipation, knowing that we were taking a significant step toward our future. After several hours, we found the perfect ring, a symbol of our love and commitment. The experience of choosing the ring and planning our wedding made everything feel more real. It was clear that despite the rocky start, our relationship had evolved into something deeply meaningful. We both felt grateful for the journey we had shared and the growth we had experienced together. In the end, despite the initial doubts and uncertainties, our love had triumphed. As we prepared for our engagement and the upcoming wedding, I couldn't help but reflect on how far we had come. The road wasn't always smooth, but it had led us to a place where we were ready to build a life together. We were excited for what the future held and felt incredibly fortunate to have found each other. Thanks for tuning in to today's Reddit story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more amazing stories. See you next time.